They're not looped into Soto. I doubt. I'd love for them to get Burns, but I don't see discussions there. So you're immediately going down then to the second tier where they don't want to spend maybe more than $18 million AAV on a pitcher, which lines them up with the Eovaldi type, which is why I mentioned him. It doesn't have a qualifying offer attached as well, which is another reason. So that's how I think about it. Like I don't think they're going to unload the checkbook. So in order to make this team better, you have to make a trade. And I don't know what it looks like, but it's probably for some kind of pitcher. And I pray that pitcher is Garrett Crochet.
There you go.
Why would I mean? Obviously, he is, like you said, a lefty. Why do you think he would fit? Other than being a really good pitcher, especially last year, why would he fit this team specifically well?
I mean, I like the idea of stacking lefties. I know there might be some hesitation on it where it's like, no, you can't, like, you're going to not match up well with the team that's loaded on the right-handed side. But you want to go like Galaxy brain on this? I was looking at some people in the Marquee office about this. I think 3 of the other 4 teams in the NL Central were bottom 10 or 15, or I think it was bottom 10 in left-handed performance versus left-handed pitching. So if you really want to game this, right, give me like 4 lefties in the rotation and rip through everybody in the NL Central and just dominate the division, and then you do what the Royals and the Guardians did, where you just absolutely boat race the White Sox and then you end up in the playoffs. And then anything can happen in the playoffs. I just think you take on variance when you have basically 3 lefties, maybe even it ends up being 4 if they want to throw Wicks at a certain period of time. You go Shota, Steele, Max Fried / Crochet, like 3 very good left-handed pitchers, all slightly different looks. So I don't think there's any Fried and Steele have very similar fastball shapes, and I've wondered whether those guys, even if you split them up in a series, you go like Steele, Shota, Fried, like Fried and Steele's fastballs are so similar. I wonder whether it takes away from each of them to have a similar fastball. But Crochet's is more like a carry. He just added a sinker late in the year too, which is like already one of the best sinkers in baseball because he throws it really hard. Like that guy's just so polished as a pitcher to me. It's just, he's a game changer. Like you look at projections already and he's projected as a top 3 pitcher in baseball. Like you're telling me you can add a top 3 pitcher in baseball. Maybe you extend him, obviously, if that's the concept there is to try to extend him, but you don't have to pay Yamamoto level money to get him. You can trade prospects for him, and you have a surplus of position prospects to do so. And I really think he only lines up with like 3 teams. I think he lines up with the Orioles, the Red Sox, and the Cubs. I guess the Dodgers, again, are on everything, but I just think that those 3 teams make a lot more sense from what the White Sox need, which are bats. And the Cubs have a ton. Alcantara, give him like Alcantara, Ballesteros, and another piece or 2, and take back Crochet and another major league arm. I don't know if there's anyone there on the major league staff that's remotely interesting aside from Crochet, but I mean, there's some concept of a deal there that makes a lot of sense for the Cubs to win this year and next year, and I think it revolves around Crochet.
We all silly like the mayor.